Sturgis, the largest motorcycle rally in the world, where over 500,000 bike enthusiasts come together for 10 wild days of epic riding, top-notch entertainment. Join me for an inside look at the 82nd anniversary of Sturgis, where we're camping out at the Buffalo Chip, riding out to Devil's Tower, partying it up with other bikers, interviewing some pretty interesting characters, and having one heck of a good time. Sturgis, South Dakota is a town of around 6,000 people for 50 weeks out of the year. But every year in early August, the town completely transforms. Downtown becomes its own metropolitan of bikers, misfits, leather-wearing, tattoo-covered, beautiful, amazing people. Sturgis is pretty unique in itself because it's surrounded by some pretty epic scenery, like the Black Hills and the Badlands. Let's not forget the ever-recognizable Mount Rushmore. A big reason I wanted to make a YouTube video on Sturgis is because if you haven't been, you really don't know what to expect. I also feel like it sometimes gets a bad rap and it gets stereotyped. I first came to Sturgis in 2018 by myself, not knowing a single soul, and not only did I have a blast, but I was honestly shocked at how much community I found amongst all these wild and crazy bikers. There are people from all over the world that come here, from all walks of life. You'll see people riding their motorcycles thousands of miles to get here, sleeping in the dirt along the way, and you'll also see a $500,000 rig setup. There's really no wrong way to do it. Everybody comes together over our shared love for riding and the freedom that we feel when doing it. For me, riding is a lot of different things, but mostly it's a feeling and a mindset. It's more than just a hobby or a means of transportation. It's a form of freedom. Growing up, my dad had a Harley and all my uncles rode motorcycles, but I didn't start riding my own bike until a few years back. And my love for riding has really grown over the years. And I remember being so nervous before I took my motorcycle class. Even now, I still get nervous when getting on different bikes. But I truly enjoy the process of pushing myself to get better and learning from better riders around me. You could not ask for a more chaotic riding scene than the one at Sturgis. There are literally hundreds of thousands of people and bikes, drunk people walking around. There's just so much going on and so much to take in. I wanted to rent a bike that I was pretty familiar with, so this year I went with a 2022 Harley-Davidson Softail Heritage. I rented it from the guys over at Eagle Rider, and we did get a chance to chat with a few of their employees. Kevin is a great example of someone you'd meet at Sturgis. A lot of people see him and are quick to form an opinion. He has so many passions besides riding and also being a guide.
I have a reputation of showing up in a kilt even at motorcycle events. I actually worked as a professional clown.
This is amazing. And was just unbelievably warm and welcoming to chat with. I also got to do a really cool promo with the guys at BMW. I was fortunate enough to get to rip around on their brand new R18. So the pistons actually fire from side to side. So it was very different, but man, it was fun. We rode out to Deadwood, which is a super cool town. They have their own concert scene happening during the rally, tons of places to eat, casinos, and the ride through the canyons can really cool you off on a hot summer's day. The good old Buffalo Chip. Are there other places to stay in Sturgis? Yeah, but this is the one you want to stay at. You won't regret it. It's an experience all in its own. The best way for me to describe it is that it's pretty much lawless. Some folks come to Sturgis and never leave the Chip. All the top bands play there, food vendors, all kinds of competitions, and let's not forget the 3 a.m. burnouts at Bikini Beach. But behind all the shenanigans, you'll see neighbors doing potluck dinners, people helping each other work on their bikes. It doesn't matter your age, race, sex, what bike you ride, if you ride. Basically, everyone just kind of looks out for each other. I also want to note that I felt really safe both times I came to Sturgis. There aren't really any rules at the Chip, but there also aren't really any issues. Everyone has a blast, and everyone just kind of self-polices. Cruising around the Buffalo Chip, you can pretty much find anything you're looking for. You can stop by Bikini Beach and rope swing into the pond if you want to cool off on a hot day, hitch a ride on a golf cart, go crash someone's tailgate party. They will be happy to have you. Or maybe you take your motorcycle up front to the Bikini Bike Wash, watch some of the insane competitions and entertainment like the Wall of Death. But no matter where you go, you are sure to run into some interesting characters. Here are just a few of my favorites that I met this year.
We've got a company called Cheap Thrills. We just go around and we have good times and we sell cool merch and we ride motorcycles a lot. No matter what you're into, it's going on here this week.
How many times have you come to Sturgis?
This is my third year. Like seven.
Our father was a showman.
Okay.
And so we broke a world record being the youngest kids to ever come to Sturgis, I'm pretty sure.
Do you ride on the wall too?
No, they won't let me in.
Not yet. What do you have to do to allow it?
I think be sober is like one of the first things.
That's a hard thing to do at Sturgis. You can literally find so many cool things to do at Sturgis. At the far end of the chip, Gunfest was going on this year. So naturally, I had to get involved. I wish I could remember all the types of guns they let me shoot. These guys were excellent, super informative, very professional, but also I could tell they knew how to have a good time. I'm already looking forward to coming back next year and shooting with these guys again. Big thanks to Gunfest for letting us capture some of this, particularly me not quite knowing what I'm doing, but always open to learning. And I'm a little giddy to wave back. Well, friends, I think it's pretty clear how much fun I had at Sturgis. I ran into some old friends and made a handful of new ones, rode different bikes, pushed my comfort zones, worked on some riding techniques, worked on some dance moves, and just had an absolute blast. I hope this video has given you a little glimpse inside the largest motorcycle rally in the world, and maybe even piqued your interest to want to check it out one day.
Glam on!
You guys been partying it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.